All right, let's grade this teams. You know what? That AJ Dillon pickup is insane. That AJ Dillon pickup is insane. Backing up Saquon, that is going to be scary.
The two quad fathers on the same team,
bruh.
Wild work.
That was a crazy transition, but what happened? Okay.
I see Britne, this your team. Talk about it. This your team. Talk about it.
Y'all talk about it because y'all said they lost so many players on the defensive side of the ball.
They did.
That's
they did. They lost two starters on the defensive line.
The biggest loss. Who's you said on the defensive line? Who the two starters on the defensive line?
Montez Sweat.
Well, Brandon Graham retired him, and Josh Sweat went to
Josh Sweat. Yeah, Josh Sweat went to Arizona, and what was the defensive tackle's name that left?
Brandon Graham retired.
Less than 50% of the snaps. Milton Williams that played less than 50% of the snaps.
I mean, just because you got a fantastic starter, I mean, he don't have to sit down.
But what I'm saying is Milton Williams, and I love Milton Williams. I always felt he could be a better. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I always felt he could be a better version of a Javon Hargrave, because they got on us when we lost him to the 49ers. But Milton Williams, first of all, they're not going to pay Milton Williams $100 and something million. Second of all, they already had somebody in mind who they got right behind them who was just as productive. And I'm not going to say as productive. I'm not going to say as productive. Oh, no, Jalen Carter is the best player on the defensive line.
Okay.
He's the reason why everybody else on the defensive line was eating so much.
Agreed.
Why they were so successful. So that's your main guy right there. That's who you want to keep. And then the other players you want to just help bring in, hopefully, and develop. And they really like the one guy that's behind him. I think it's Ojumo or something like that is his name. And he was productive in that defense. The person I trust the most on the Eagles defense is Vic Fangio. He's not going to allow some of these players to move if he didn't felt like he didn't have somebody in mind that could be just as productive.
Or if they don't have enough money to keep them.
No, I'm telling you, the defensive line is good. Now, the only question mark I had was CJ Gardner-Johnson. If you want to talk about that, then talk about that.
Yes. Y'all bounced him, right?
Absolutely.
The question mark. They traded him.
To where?
Houston.
He went to Houston.
This is it for him. He doesn't have much left in him.
I don't know, Chris. Everywhere he go, it seemed to work.
Yeah, I like CJ Gardner-Johnson. I know he struggled a little bit in the passing game this year, but them 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s, he come up and knock that running back. I appreciate that. But the other players, I'm not too concerned about. The only question mark I have is CJ Gardner-Johnson, whether they can replace him or not. Or
the only reason you don't have a question about it is because Jalen Carter's still there. That's it.
Jalen Carter's still there. Nolan Smith came on the back end.
Don't y'all have Nakobe Dean as well?
Yeah, he's a linebacker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and y'all just picked up Azeez Ojulari as well.
If he stays healthy, with him is health, right? Mm-hmm. If he can stay healthy, I think he could hopefully show us something in this particular defense. But he got to stay healthy.
You think your offseason is going to be more of a draft offseason, or like, because it doesn't seem like you guys did too much in free agency. Like, you just picked up a couple pieces here and there to replace some things that left. Like, no big splashes. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but if you think about it, look at what we did. Who did we pick up last year?
Precisely.
Right. Like, it's usually Howie Roseman looks at the player who other teams have given up on and hopes that they do something here. And it's with a coach that could hopefully figure it out, right? So Vic Fangio's in this room. I'm pretty sure with Howie Roseman saying, I want this guy, I want this guy. Anybody see Zach Bond coming up and being the freaking star at linebacker? No. Nobody's seen that coming.
Cooper DeJean, I mean, we knew what he was at Iowa, but he was a revelation for you guys too.
I don't really know if it's a revelation. Like, you don't know if the Eagles secondary can cover or not. The quarterback that they face is always under pressure with 4 people.
This is very true. This is true. Now I do have a question for you, Britne. How do you see them going about replacing Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat?
That's big, Britt. It don't matter how you look at it. That's big.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not saying it's not a loss, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's as big as a deal as people are trying to make it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Josh Sweat showed up when?
He did what?
Mattered the most?
Super Bowl, right. Who else showed up that game?
I mean, whoever was on the front for that game. I mean,
and it wasn't just 4 players. It was more than 4 when they was rotating. Jalen Hurts, Nolan Smith, Milton Williams, right? Jalen Carter, Ojumo. Some of the players you guys don't even know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not concerned because they have players that they're developing that have shown flashes. And I love Joshua. I love the type of player he is. But let's be real, he wasn't playing like that throughout the entire season. And I appreciate him for showing up when it mattered the most. We needed you then, but we also weren't paying you that.
Well, whoever that Yodon dude, obviously ain't never heard me talk about the Cowboys.
So give the Eagles a grade so far.
C.
I was thinking C. I was thinking a C as well.
A C because they ain't replacing what they lost.
They're more kind of like maintaining. They're not really like making any splashes. They're just they're leveling,
trying to hold the status quo.
Yeah,
status quo.
I mean, they won last year, so when you win, you really don't want to change too much if you don't have to. So I think these retirements and these trades and these free agent signings, these free agent leavings are going to force them to have to make some changes. But I think for the most part, like Britne was saying, the core and the coaching is pretty much intact. You got to get the rotational players. But exactly. you can get studs in the 3rd and 4th round of the draft for that.
And you can also get them. You can also get studs in Atlanta if you want them.
Exactly.
All right, Corey, tell us about them boys.
Hold on. I get my little stuff out. God.
Oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Dang, you just moving with this crap. I was trying to get the last Aaron Rodgers thought out. You move.
Oh, go ahead.
No, but Chris said it. You want to keep that core intact. That's what you're looking for. The main core. As much as I love Josh Sweat, as much as I love Milton Williams, they were not a part of that main core. Now, if you want to have a little questions about Darius Slay, I'm gonna miss him mainly because of what he did for the young guys. CJ Gardner-Johnson, attitude-wise, like his attitude and his leadership, and same thing with Darius Slay meant everything. But I think the Jalen Carters, and I didn't see Jalen Carter being an attitude leadership guy, but he showed me otherwise. The Nolan Smiths on that defense, like it's crazy. So, but we got our main core, and I think that's what's most important. Now you just got to figure it out, and I think they'll figure it out. I'm not concerned about it.
He's the best defensive tackle in football.
Unless Aaron Donald come back. If Aaron Donald come back, he's still the best.
Yeah, until Aaron Donald show he's still Aaron Donald.
I mean, I don't think he just retired and started eating Lay's by the boatload.
hey, you don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
motherfucker.
All right, let's talk about them boys.
Nothing impressive. I mean, what on their list is impressive?
The punter,
Dante Fowler.
They got Miles Sanders.
The punter is the 2nd highest paid signing.
Yeah, they got Miles Sanders.
Cowboys, and it's funny what they did. They just signed mediocrity early in free agency. Vice doing it at the last minute.
Get the shotgun out the way early.
You know what I'm saying? No wide receiver.
Corey is over it, boy.
Bro, no.
Y'all lost Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup. He retired.
Y'all still ain't got a number 2 receiver?
Lost Brandon Cooks. No,
Brandon Cooks. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, Brandon Cooks went down to New Orleans.
Have a number 2 receiver. Brandon Cooks was there anyway.
No, Gallup didn't retire. Did he retire? No, he just got signed to a team.
That's what I thought.
He retired when he didn't even play with the Raiders last year. He went to the Raiders, then he retired. So if he got picked up by a team, then he came out of retirement.
Commanders. Yeah, he did come out. He got signed to the Commanders.
I know I wasn't tripping.
That's the team that's actually making some moves is the Commanders.
Yeah.
They making big time moves. Big moves. Cowboys, they ain't do shit. I mean, it's the same thing. And then you had a 1,000-yard running back, Rico Dowdle, and what do? You let him go.
Damn, for real?
You bring in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
So no, Yoda, I don't make
them.
just for the goddamn Cowboys. Maybe you should tune in to Cowboy Spit. I'll let you know how I really feel about the Cowboys. 30 years of fucking trash. That's what it is.
How many years?
30.
Yeah, we don't have to speak too much on them. I think he takes care of it for us.
God, I mean, new coach, I expect, some kind of like.
That's another thing. Well, you go hire a 25-year assistant.
Did you see the nose flare?
Like what are we doing? Just wait till tomorrow. I got something for their ass.
My question though, what are they gonna do with Michael Parsons? Are they trying to sign him, or are they gonna look to trade him?
It's the same slow ball shit that they do every year. Same shit that they do every single year.
Out.
Just
y'all let Cooper Rush go to the Ravens.
I mean, and then Trey Lance is an unrestricted free agent too, so you don't even have a backup, and your quarterback is coming off a torn hamstring.
Wait.
But we all in though.
He really mad, yo.
Bro.
You still got CD. I mean, that's the.
Don't get me wrong. I think that with the draft, if they don't get an opportunity in the first round to get Ashton Genty, I think they'll get Totoro McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona. That's a huge pickup. That's something that they've never had. 6'5", 215, and runs a 4.4 40. That's something that they've never had in Dallas. So that's phenomenal, and then you get one of these running backs from Ohio State in the second or third round, and you might have a ball club. You know what I mean? But you got to hit the draft. I mean, last year we automatically thought that the Cowboys were going to take a running back in the draft. I mean, we all thought that. And then what did they do? They didn't even pick one. You wanted to see what Zeke was going to do.
So what grade you giving them?
I mean, customary average grade, C, D+. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing special.
And if you're gonna give them a C, or I gotta bump the Eagles up or something. If you're gonna give them a C,
think about this though, Britne. I mean, we did the same thing that the Eagles did. We hold in the status quo. It's just our status quo.
I think we got a little bit better players, but all right.
I don't know about a little bit better. You got a whole lot better. I mean, y'all got a defensive line that actually stops the run. The Cowboys, all you got to do, you ain't even got to throw the ball. You can just run the damn ball up the middle.
See, Corey on that new grading scale where C is like an 85%.
No, sir. It ain't no damn 85%. That shit is average.
It's a new grading scale they try to do so the kids don't fail no more.
Average. And then once again, you let Jerry pull the wool over your eyes. We're going to attack free agency. Selective aggressive. That's what he said. They just sign trash and they just sign trash at the beginning of free agency. That's all they did.
Didn't y'all create some more cap space by
$70 million of cap space and did nothing with it? Here's a fun fact about the Cowboys. Dante Fowler is the first free agent that got paid over $8 million in 15 years.
Dang.
Golly.
That's wild.
That is a C, Corey. You sure you want to go like a D-?
I'd say a D+.
That's that tough crowd, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Dante Fowler had 10.5 sacks last year. You lost DeMarcus Lawrence. You filled the hole with Dante Fowler. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
You got an issue with it. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you have an issue with what DeMarcus Lawrence said about the Cowboys? Because I think Micah did.
Well, I mean, don't go. I mean, how you going to talk shit and say I couldn't win the Super Bowl in Dallas and go to fucking Seattle?
Yeah, that threw me off.
What are we talking about? You're not going to win in Seattle either.
We're not even going to talk about that Seattle situation because I don't know what the hell is going on over there.
They just cleaned house.
They imploding. I mean, the NFC West is a 2-horse race now.
Yeah, they just cleaned house.
I mean, Seattle and San Francisco just literally took themselves out the race. It was like, we don't want no parts. It is Arizona and LA's division to lose.
Yes, absolutely.
And honestly, LA is probably my favorite to win that division.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
They got Devontae Adams over there for sure.
Man.
I mean, the quarterback situation The quarterback situation, I mean, you traded away Geno Smith and you picked up Sam Darnold. I mean, that's kind of it's about the same. You know what I mean? Maybe Geno might be a little bit better, but Sam Darnold had a hell of a year last year, right?
Y'all gonna see the real Sam Darnold. I promise y'all. Last year was a fluke, brother. I'm telling you.
I mean,
I think the Jets that drafted him should have brought him back home.
Should have bought him back. I think he would have done pretty good in Pittsburgh.
Probably would have, yeah.
Yeah, he probably would have did good in Pittsburgh.
Only thing he got in Seattle is Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Don't get me wrong, Smith and Jigba cold, but
he's the number one. He's the de facto number one. No Tyler Lockett, no DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold seeing ghost again because they ain't got no O-line.
Yeah. They're gonna be in trouble.
Major trouble.
Come on, let's get this shit out the way, man. I knew it. Get this shit out
Grade
the
way. Grade them.
So along those same lines as
Eagles.
The Eagles, they're kind of maintaining. I also think Brad Holmes is a drafting genius. So I think he's gonna try to make some plays, do something in the draft, get some gems. But I'm not really surprised about the non-signings, the signings. I get C+. But
you know what though? I think the Lions just got to get healthy because they have the talent. They have to get healthy. You got to get healthy. So that's why I don't think they wanted to go in this free agency and be like, oh my gosh, we need to make big changes. No, the biggest thing was let's get healthy.
I didn't disappear forever. I was here after they got eliminated. I just had scheduling conflicts after that.
Yeah, you just got back.
Hey, Mike, I think Dallas can still. I think they can beat Seattle. I do.
But as far as us, I think, definitely I know that the defense health is priority, of course. And if we can bolster up the depth on defense, cool. I think because the offense is explosive. We know this. The offense can put points up on you in a hurry. I don't see us doing too much. Two maybe offensive picks in this draft. I think everything goes defense in this draft. I think we get some linemen. I think we get some DBs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe another offensive lineman because we did just lose one. We lost Kevin Zeitler. I can't remember where he went, but maybe get another O lineman. So
the coordinator's gonna hurt Chris.
Yeah, but
I'm with him on this. I think the glass slipper turning into a what Cinderella slipper turn into? A flip flop? A thong flip flop? I don't know. Yeah, I think that slipper turning into a thong flip flop.
Mel, we've gone through this for the last
our window closed,
3 years, and you've been proven wrong every year.
No, it ain't got to Super Bowl yet.
We've gotten better every year. Each year you said, I ain't gonna do it again next year. I got to do it again. Get better next year. They've gotten better.
The clock ain't struck 12 yet.
9-8, 12-5, 15-2. Only thing that's it's the Super Bowl. It's literally it.
Or 12 o'clock, midnight.
You're such a hater. You don't do this for nobody else's team but me. I don't understand. What is this? Why? Is this big bro, little bro? I think that's what it is. It's big bro, little bro. That's what it is. That's all it is.
I just think it ain't 12. I think the clock goes straight 12. That's all. The clock struck 12 for the Cowboys like 30 years ago.
You ain't lying.
I gotta see what this draft looks like for us. And of course, new coordinators. I gotta see what kind of system they run. I do like the fact that we hired from within defensively. We brought up our linebackers coach, Kelvin Shepard, which I thought they were going to hire within from both sides. I thought they were going to do Kelvin Shepard was my guess for defensive coordinator. I thought Antoine Randall was going to be OC, but public enemy number one, I think, snatched Antoine Randall Ben Johnson. So
yeah. Wait, Cinderella went home barefoot. So the glass slipper turned. It was just.
The glass slipper didn't turn into nothing, Mel. She lost the glass slipper. The pumpkin turned back. The carriage turned back into a pumpkin.
Oh, the carriage turned into a pumpkin, and the horse turned into a rat. Right? They had little mice because it was horses. Like she had nice little horses that was pulling the carriage. Right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so the slipper fell off, but she kept one. So she was barefoot. Oh, I thought it turned into a thong flip flop. Okay.
Yeah. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm. You know what? I'm thinking about I watched Cinderella when I was at my school.
All right.
No, seriously. We had a dude come. His name was Mr. Ferguson. I played ball with his son. And his son is like now like the Hype Williams of rap now. He do music videos. He was nice in basketball though, but he do music videos. But anyway, Mr. Ferguson, he came and did Cinderella at my elementary school. He acted it out. He had like a big Converse shoe that was for the slipper. And so he acted out the whole Cinderella for us in the library. I never forget it. So that's what I remember. I remember Cinderella because the Converse turned into a thong flip flop.
So before
that was the most bullshit ass story I'd never heard in my life.
I'm dead. I can call Chris Ferguson right now. He know his dad did Cinderella. I guarantee you, Cinderella, man.
So before we get up out of here, I want y'all to pick one absolute winner and one absolute loser so far in free agency.
I think an absolute winner would be Washington. They just getting better, and to be honest,
older for sure.
It's kind of scary. I'm telling you, they're getting better. They got a pretty decent squad.
I can see it. They're not bad.
Loser, the absolute loser for me would be Pittsburgh if they sign Aaron Rodgers.
I would have liked for the Commanders to be able to get Devontae Adams instead of letting them go to the Rams.
That's what I was going to say. My winner.
Huh?
They got Debo.
Yeah, they do got Debo. So they got Debo and McLaren.
Yeah.
And also, I think
his name is Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson is in the slot.
Jahan Dotson is not with the Commanders.
Oh,
no.
With the
God. What's there's? Oh, I know. Oh boy, name. They're wide receiver 3 now.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Brown.
I said Daniel's gonna be RG3 in 2 years.
Brown.
De'Ami Brown. Yes, thank you. Yeah. De'Ami Brown. Yeah.
I'm going with. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
For me,
they got Luke McCaffrey too.
The absolute loser for sure is San Francisco.
Oh,
I have no idea what's going on over there.
I don't either, man.
You know what I think it is? I think somebody is being held prisoner over this Brock Purdy contract extension because about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks, there was a report that the contract that was on the table was going to give him $45 a year, which would have made him the 13th highest paid quarterback in the league. I think somewhere somebody's telling him to ask for 60. And I think they don't have the money, or they didn't have the money prior to give him 60. So you couldn't pay Dre Greenlaw. You couldn't pay Talanoa Hufanga. You couldn't pay Travarius Ward. You couldn't pay all these other. You couldn't handle Debo's contract. You're trying to shop Ayuk because that's cutting into your Brock Purdy. So I think they're selling out to try and get this Brock Purdy extension at the sacrifice of the rest of the team.
I don't think so, Chris, because you just watched the Cowboys with a $60 and a $35 million wide receiver just open up $70 million in cap space. It's just not true. I'm telling you, I'm just waiting to show everybody what San Francisco is doing. I know exactly what they're doing.
What they doing? What they doing, Corey?
I'm telling you, man, they trying to change the whole dynamic of the football team. Just go figure it out.
Well, I think they said that though. They came out and said that. They's like, we don't like what the direction that we went in the last so many years. We just want to change this. So they basically, you could call it what you want. I'm calling it starting over.
It's a full blown rebuild at this point. And I have some Niners homies who were in denial about it. And I'm telling like in the season, you got all the injuries, the contract dramas, and I'm like, then the 6-11 record at the end. I'm like, listen, you're going to be in a rebuild. They didn't believe it. Then pieces started falling off the board, not getting re-signed, people getting traded. My homeboy texted me, he was like, man, you might be right. We in a rebuild. I was like, I tried to tell you. I was like, y'all couldn't hold on to it forever.
Yeah, they holding on.
They got some expensive pieces over there though with CMC.
Like, there's no way you let Dre Greenlaw, the safety, Debo, like you let all these players go.
You
gonna feel
we don't know the future of Trent Williams. He hasn't come out and said if he's coming back or not.
Nothing. And you Christian McCaffrey on 2 bad calves. Your best player on offense is gonna be Ricky Pearsall.
I think they got rid of one of their running backs too.
They got rid of him.
They traded one.
Was it Elijah Mitchell?
Mason.
Oh, Mason, yeah, Mason. So now you back down to CMC if available. Isaac Guerrero, who he also got hurt.
But then I think didn't they lose an offensive lineman too?
Possibly.
But you know what? They signed Kyle Juszczyk. Everything's all right in the world.
Kyle Juszczyk and Ricky Pearsall. That's what you got.
For me, my winner is I gotta go with the Rams. That Devontae Adams signing.
Just that one addition?
That's a big addition to that offense, though.
I kind of wish they would have got Devontae and kept Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, but they got him and Puka. Puka is destroying people. True. Even when Cooper is not there. So you got Puka and Devontae Adams on that daggone offense.
And we know what Matthew Stafford can do with elite receivers. I mean,
if he get the time, he has to get the time though.
Of course.
He don't have the time. He get a little rattled there, but
a nice little running game too. They got 2 good running.
Mm-hmm.
That and then their
young defense is coming alive.
I was gonna say that young defense.
Jared Verse is a revelation. Yeah, I like Jared Verse. So that's why they're my favorites to win the NFC West this year.
Yeah,
and with San Francisco and Seattle falling off the cliff, it's really we don't know what Arizona is going to look like. It's really, they could win that division at 9-8. Yeah, I don't even think they'll be that bad this year.
Nah, they ain't gonna be 9-8.
That's why they're my winners. My losers, I'd probably say between Seattle and San Fran, of course, because they was just letting people go. But understandable. And then my overrated team, although it's not an option. Y'all can say what you want. It's not because they're right. Commanders are a good team, but I think their moves, it just felt like they just were looking to spend money on
just doing shit.
Right. Like
get their tax money and go get crazy shit.
Right. I understand Debo, he's talented, but Debo is also not what Debo once was, and he's older. Like,
and he's
overweight.
Overweight and injury prone now too.
Right. Yeah. Like Laramie Tunsil, and he was one of the best tackles in the game, but he's also older. Zach Ertz is older. Like they just got old around. Like you got to balance this out. You're not balancing anything out. You just say, you know what? Let's just stay with our young quarterback. I need somebody to also grow with my young quarterback. So I feel like
rest in peace to a legendary, iconic, great George Foreman, man. Thanks for the super chat, Roland.
I ain't seen Roland in a minute, man. What's up, man?
He popped back up last week.
What's up, Roland?
He been hiding.
Oh, but eternal losers in every stage of any NFL season is always going to be the Giants. I don't know what they got going on.
Forgot about them. They're forgettable. That's why.
They just signed Jimmy. They just signed Crab Legs.
Signed him to a 2-year, $8 million deal, and they still in search of getting Aaron Rodgers or someone else.
And Crab Legs go start.
If Aaron Rodgers goes there, why is Aaron Rodgers even looking to go there? That's what I'm trying. Why are the Giants even looking for Aaron Rodgers to go there? To do what?
Hold on, but do we expect anything different from the same team that said, hey, we're going to let you go out and test free agency? Just give me your word, you'll come back and talk to me. This is the same people we're expecting something spectacular from.
Who do they draft? Do they draft their first ever?
They draft top 3, I think.
Do they draft their first ever black quarterback?
That's wild.
It either be Cam Ward or Shador.
That's so crazy.
Or do they draft Travis Hunter?
You need a quarterback.
I agree 100%.
Gotta get your quarterback.
Crablets can get it done.
Who?
Crablets.
Jameis Crablegs, famous Jameis.
Oh, Jameson was.
He stole crab legs and
crab legs Winston. Stole them crab legs and been giving the best motivational speeches ever since.
Last team we didn't talk about.
Who?
The signings or the extensions, I should say, of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
Jamar Chase, highest paid non-quarterback.
I like it for the moment, but I think Cincinnati just kind of effed himself in the long run.
That's a lot of money on offense, boy. I mean, a lot.
Because Joe is already getting what from his extension a couple years ago. He's already getting 250 something, right?
56.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put what?
56, 40, and 32.
You already saying Trey Hendrickson can request a trade. I mean, you're handicapping yourself.
They're looking to extend him out, so which means he's going to get more money per year.
Who, Trey?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're talking about it right now, and they need help a lot on that defense.
Yeah, and that O-line, because my goodness. I mean, I like it. You keep the band together. I mean, and I like what Jamar Chase said. He corrected the report. He was like, 1A, having your teammates back. I mean, we know who Jamar Chase is, though. Like, he was arguably the greatest. I mean, he won the Triple Crown last year. So,
yeah.
Keep the band together. It's cool, but you're not winning.
You're not winning.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a crazy stat that you had the sack leader, you had the yards and touchdown leader, and you had the receiving leader on the same team, and you missed the playoffs.
It's crazy.
And they're gonna need a pass rush because they gotta see Kansas City. So I don't understand why they wanted to put all their money. I mean, but hey, at the end of the day, maybe they feel like, hey, look, y'all gotta stop us too. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is.
They're just gonna win games 50-48.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, and they're gonna have to keep Home Alone too healthy. Because if he get hurt again,
I mean, he's having some of the freakiest injuries.
I know.
It's weird.
Crazy. On an NFL note, but not a free agency note, man. Shout out to Deshaun Watson for getting engaged.
No doubt.
Shout out to that man for finding some happiness, man.
Shout out to her for sticking around.
That's what I said.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? We haven't heard nothing else about the Justin Tucker situation.
Oh no, you're not gonna hear about that.
Crazy work.
No,
the right complexion. That's why.
Tuck was out there wilding, boy.
They're gonna protect him.
He kept it tucked though, didn't he?
Maybe that's why he was missing field goals, because he knew what was coming at the end of the season.
Oh, he ain't even practicing no more. That man was too good, man. I was like, man, that dude too good. He probably done quit practicing. Like it's too easy for him, man.
He was automatic. He was automatic.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That's free agency so far, y'all.